What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to sit down, talk to you guys about, basically what's been going on with me in the sense of like YouTube wise and like why I missed 2 uploads. Not a lot there, just life. But I'll get into that, and I'll be showing you guys a full face of makeup that I wore earlier this week that really wore for a long period of time for me. And so yeah, I just really wanted to show you guys this look. I hope you guys are excited. Let's get into it. So like I said in the intro, guys, I've missed 2 uploads and I hate missing uploads. But life has just been extremely busy, and the times that I have set aside to film, those videos have not gone well. I'm hoping that the background noise tonight is not going to be too bad, but I honestly don't have much more time that I can avoid at least filming this video before I have to get back into some schoolwork. So please bear with me. This last month has just been unbearable when it comes to all of the schoolwork that is really being piled on me. But as I said before, this really is a release. And so I do want to be able to sit down here and film. Anyways, I'm going to be filming, like I said before, a full face of makeup, pretty much exactly to what I wore earlier this week. I think it was on Monday to work. And I'm just going to talk while I go. So this is the Glow Recipe Pore drops. I find that this is one of my longest lasting primers. If I want something that I feel is going to be a little bit more pore filling, then I'll pull my Danessa Myricks. Also, just depending on the texture of the foundation. Not saying that the Danessa Myricks doesn't work with all textures, but I just personally only work with it with certain textures. But anyways, yeah, I pretty much did a full face like this on, I want to say it was Monday to work, and I left around 7:30, maybe 8 the latest. I didn't get home until about 5, 6ish, I want to say, but I didn't actually look in the mirror until maybe 10, 11 that night. And, throughout that period of time, I'd been eating, talking, drinking liquids, all of that. And there was just a little bit of separation in my mouth area, which isn't unnatural. Like I said, I'm talking, I'm eating, all of that stuff. So I'm sure that's why it broke up, but I still loved the look. I will be changing things up just a tinge today because I don't need the longevity, but I will explain how I got things to last a little bit longer. But regardless, like I said, I would always recommend putting a primer down that is going to allow your products to last longer. I typically no longer really use my primers as kind of my overall finishing products. I will just go to my foundation or my base product. And that today is going to be the Seal Tint and Protect Tinted Serum in the shade 10 Medium Rich. This was the one kind of foundation-y product that I recommended in my Sephora recommendations video, and I did that for a reason. On the initial application, I just enjoyed it, not only the color but the finish and the coverage. And I've heard a lot of people say that this is like very light coverage. I don't know, to me I feel like this is not light coverage because of the fact that it clearly covers the depth of my face compared to my chest. And today my shirt happens to be kind of a higher top within the neckline, so you can't really see my décolleté, but know that it really does match this shade. And I just really like this foundation. I do tend to kind of start off with a lighter layer and then go up with another layer. You can just choose to really just go in with one layer. And I did kind of want to vaguely talk about my feelings right now when it comes to like the Sephora videos and all of that. I was just personally feeling very overwhelmed, and overall I'm just feeling extremely overwhelmed with all of the sales and everything that has been happening already towards Black Friday. I mean, it's a lot. It's so much personally. And regardless of your financial outlook and like, you know, where you are with your finances and if you have the money saved or whatever. I just think that it's honestly crazy. It's crazy how early Black Friday is starting now. I mean, Yes Style has already done their Black Friday month sale. And the beginning of the sale, of course, as always, is going to be the one where you get the most bang for your buck. Like I said, Sephora did their sale, which is of course a sale that they've been doing for years now, at least since I've been in the beauty community, which is going on about 6-7 years now. And I mean, if you don't know, if you're not Rouge, I want to say I said this in my video, but after this sale, towards the end of November, they do like a 20% coupon that you can use one time at Sephora, no, regardless of your status. And so like, it's just like coupon after coupon, discount after discount, release after release. And to me right now in the makeup sphere, let me talk and apply. There's just so much being released, but no innovation, none. Skin Forever concealer in the shade 50N. Yeah, there's just very little innovation at all. And so, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it gets exhausting. It gets very exhausting, at least personally for me. And although I didn't necessarily plan to take those two like uploads unofficially off, I think it was good. I mean, because to be quite honest, the new makeup releases that I had filmed, I was just so like, I don't like it. I don't like it. This isn't cute. Why are we talking about this kind of situation? It wasn't like a good new makeup releases. And you know, that depends on how you look at it. For somebody who maybe isn't trying to buy a lot of makeup or whatever, that might have been perfect kind of vibes for you. But to me, the thing about the new makeup releases is the excitement of the new products. Whether you buy it or not, you know, that's your decision. But it's all about the excitement. And I genuinely just had no excitement. None. So take that into consideration. So like I said before, I really like that seal. I think that it does really good at getting me a nice even base. I think overall my skin looks great, and the Sephora collection I think just works beautifully. Both have very much a skin-like to satin kind of finish, and I like them both. I've really honestly been using the seal nonstop, especially when I'm comparing it to some of the more recent foundations that I reviewed in my last roundup. This is the one that I would highly, highly recommend. I just had only tried it once, so I didn't really want to talk about it in that video, even though I talked about it very, like literally the next video in that Sephora favorites. The concealer, I've been raving about that for years at this point, so nothing new for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and throw on the Give Cream Duo. This one, of course, is darker than my skin tone. It is the contour, and this is the bronzer. And all of this is still going to be applied with my sponge. So yeah, I just have not been feeling truly inspired by a lot of makeup. And I will be doing, hopefully, if things work out, I will be doing a new makeup releases this upcoming Monday. And I know there's some really hot takes on some releases. So very quickly, I will just kind of run down. I know that Glaminatrix just released a 6-pan for holiday, and it's already available. And last time I checked, I got an email that they said that they were down to the last 200. I will have a picture of that palette on the screen in case you haven't seen it. And basically, I think that the palette looks great, and I know that the quality is going to be phenomenal, but I've already told myself, and I know from my usage, I don't get use out of all shimmer palettes. I really don't. Like, it's not something that I really enjoy. And although I am like contemplating the Urban Decay one, I don't know. I don't even think I will ever really pull the trigger on that because I don't get a lot of use out of those types of palettes. I will use them in conjunction with some mattes and I'll be happy. I'll review them on my channel, all of that stuff. But in the grand scheme of like me using the makeup off camera, which is where I'm really at this point, it's just not something that I'm going to reach for. It's really not. And I'm just going to set my face with my Project Pan powder. I'm not going to show you guys the inside because there's some progress. I really need to clean my brushes like every other YouTuber. But going kind of back to very quickly, I'm so sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. So I really quickly want to bounce back to the new makeup releases. And for me, in general, I find that it's getting harder for me to justify picking up things for my channel, just for the video, just for this, when YouTube is just, it's hard for me to personally justify. And it's really coming to the point where I need to really sit down with myself and have some really hard conversations. So anyways, continuing on, I'm going to use my Half Magic cream blush that's in my project pan. So Odin's Eye has come out with their Christmas launches, and they have showcased not only that they're coming out with palettes from last year. They had two palettes, one which was called Christmas Eve. The other one I want to say was like Christmas Day or something like that. Merry Christmas. It was Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve. So those are the two palettes that they're re-releasing. But I put my hats off to them. They are also releasing brand new palettes. So that brings an audience that, like, for example, Makeup by Mario did not. He only just re-released from last year. They're not only bringing the palettes back for those who didn't get a chance to get them last year, they're also bringing brand new palettes. And for that, hats off to them personally. But this palette, to me, the two new ones, because the ones from last year, I would 100% tell you, pick up if you really want them and if you're really interested. Those are definitely palettes that, like, I could definitely see having a very long time in my personal collection, just because of how pretty they are and just like how much I get enjoyment out of literally seeing the color schemes. They're just great. But the new ones, to me, they look okay. They look okay. Like, I'm sure I could get two good looks out of, you know, them respectively and like together and all of that. But one, they're cool tone. I really don't reach for a lot of cool tones. And it's just, they look okay. I don't know if that's just me. I don't know if it's in the mindset that I'm in where I'm just like, I'm not out of love of makeup, but I'm out of love of all of these releases. And so that's really having me to step back and really be a lot more critical, I feel like, than I maybe a month ago would have been. There's just really nothing that is calling me to pick them up. I did just go ahead and do my brows off camera, nothing extremely new. And they look off. They look gray in camera. So I'm going to just get my brow pen. This is from McQueen, and I'm just gonna pull this in to bring some more color. The more I use that Patrick Ta brow gel, the less I like it. And I mean, it has to be that's done this, because brow pencil that I used was from NYX. So that I know was the right color. And I think I'm at the end of my rope with this brow gel, honestly. But it is in that project pan, and I really try not to kind of give up on my project pan items, but that's just stupid. Okay, I think that looks a lot better. And as always, I don't think I said, I will have everything listed and linked down below for you guys. So do not worry if there's something that I forgot to say in this kind of more rambly and pieced together video, because there's so much noise going on, and I'm really just trying to get the content filmed while I have the time, because my window is closing soon and I don't even know if I can finish this video in the window. So anyways, I don't think I'm going to be picking up either of those palettes, because I mean, and I don't know. So this is where you guys are really going to come in, because I do know quite a few people come to my channel for these indie brands that aren't really showcased in video, being applied to somebody who is of a darker skin tone. I'm just going back into that Give bronzer palette, and I'm just going to use that contour and just kind of create just a nice kind of wing. I do kind of just feather it out, just a tinge. Doesn't really do much that way. So I really just need you guys' input. I'm sure, I don't think the release date will be prior to my upload, hopefully, that I plan to make on Monday. So maybe I'll get your input from that. But yeah, I'm just feeling like, yeah, I could do the video. Yeah, I could probably make looks, but like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to do that? I don't really know. I really don't know. In my video, no, in my initial application of this kind of full face, I did go ahead and set further with the Kosas. I'm not going to do that, mainly because I want a little bit more life to my face. And for that, I'm going to use my Monica Dar spray. This spray is very, very wet, like I've told you guys before, and it really helps everything to just come together, look like skin. And that's exactly what I want. It will not dry down so shiny, so it will dry a little bit mattifying, and then I will put my LYS on top. But that will be happening all in the background. So I'm just gonna kind of tap out that crease that I just applied, and now I'm just gonna go in to whatever. It doesn't really matter. I think the day I did this, I used the Give Quad, but you could also use, if you have the By Mario palette, use whatever you have. I tend to use browns when I'm doing something for like work, just because I don't want too much attention drawn to me really when I'm at my place of employment. And I understand different people are different, but like for me, working in a public facing office and field, it's just, depending on the area of the US that you live in, you just really don't want that type of attention, because people will really take something and run with it. So I'm just pushing that darkest shade all in my crease. It is a cooler tone, and I will be blending it out with a lighter tone brown. And let me show you guys what I'm using. This one on first, it's that darker brown. And then just to blend it out lightly, I used the lighter tone brown. And I'm just gonna do that. It's really not gonna look like I used two shades, which is the good and the bad thing about the Makeup by Mario palette. I feel like at this point, I kind of have my thoughts. I've worn this quite a bit. And let me see, what else did I not tell you guys about? I have the Rare Beauty highlighter on in Flaunt. You guys know how I feel about that highlighter. That's a older highlighter, very old highlighter. I've talked about that for quite some time, and there's no need for me to talk about that again. You guys saw me do the blush. I think that was the only thing that I really did off camera, other than the brows, that you guys didn't hear me talk about. And as you can see, there's quite a kind of, I don't even know how to explain it. There's a depth in my eye shape right now. Perfectly fine. For this look, I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do. So for the Makeup by Mario, if I really want to keep it to like what I would do for work and just like a long day, I would go into this brown, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do it. What I have found with these Makeup by Mario shimmers is that they're fine. I don't think that they're like a live or die in the grand scheme of shimmers, but they definitely work for me personally when it comes to the amount of shimmer that I like to wear for work. That said, this is really, to me, a shimmer. There's no foilness to this. There's no real crazy kind of reflect, nothing to the sort. And there are shades in this particular palette that do have a little bit more reflect, and I will be applying it to the eye so you can see. But even then, to me, it's just, it's not, you know, it's not the live all be all that I feel like everybody was making this particular palette out to be. Am I disappointed that I pick up the palette? No, I'm not, but I'm not like, I'm about to sit here and tell y'all that y'all must pick it up too. I'm just gonna go ahead and reach into this baby right here. I think these have names, but honestly, absolutely not. I just don't have it in me. So we're just gonna tap that shade over, and as you can see, it taps and it does lighten up the shimmer, but it just doesn't give me what I want. Not for me. And like, especially like in this context of me not going to work, I just feel like it's just, it's okay. It's cute. I don't know. I don't love this palette, and it might be my skin tone, but I don't think so, because Makeup by Mario is literally a makeup artist, and you know, he's had to apply makeup to various skin tones, and I'm sure he tested this palette out on various skin tones, and I'm sure for how he applies makeup, it works. But for how I apply makeup and my technique, it's not the bee's knees. It's not the bee's knees. So what I'm actually going to do is apply another product that I recently featured on a video. This is from Phytosurgeons. This is their Astral Atmosphere shade. This is a cream shadow, and there is, I think, a curve to using their products, and I'm starting to learn that. So I will be doing like a full face of Phytosurgeons, kind of telling you guys how I feel about the whole brand. So just stay tuned. But I do find that this cream, the best part of it is when you actually get it nice and warmed up. It's beautiful. You see that? I don't know why it didn't work that way, or at least it didn't appear to work that way the last time I used it, but I think that shade is beautiful, and I think the product is beautiful. It didn't seem to work for me that day. And that's why I said this is a first impressions, Let me look at the owner's videos, which arguably I should have done, before I even purchased them to know how to use the products. But, I'm just not built that way. I'm not. I'm built to be hard-headed, try to figure it out myself. And then when I can't, I'm like, okay, you can teach me now. You can teach me. So look at that. I feel like that already just added more dimension, more oomph to this look than what was already there. And so happy with that. And I think, like I said, because we're just doing this for tonight and just to film, I kind of want to try to be even more extra and deepen out that outer V even more to add even more depth. I was gonna use this, but one, this is warmer and I don't think it's deeper than what's already on my eyes. Let me see. That should be deeper than what's on my eye, right? Let's see if I can clean something. I'm going to just take this. This is from the Huda Beauty matte palette. Yeah, that's nice and deep. So we're going to just deepen out. I don't want my deep shade to go too far up. What is that? Brush hair? I don't know. And we're just going to add even more dimension to that. See how that just looks so much better? Like so much better. Oh my God. And I'm pretty sure I did a review on this. I should have, because it's already in my drawers. I really like this Huda Beauty matte palette. Now, typically I used to say I don't buy all matte palettes because I didn't do all matte looks, but I will reach for just mattes on like a day where I'm wearing makeup for work quicker and more than I will for an all shimmer palette. So that's why I pick these up every so often now. And who knows, I might go crazy in 2 seconds and literally buy that Glaminatrix palette, because I really do love Glaminatrix. I'm just trying to be more mindful of my shopping and my money. So I definitely really like these. And I saw the brand advertise that they have a sale going on soon, sometime this month, I want to say, that will not be better during Black Friday. If I can find that post, I will have it on the screen. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. I think I am going to get some more things so that that video can be more rounded. And that's where it's like, I'm genuinely excited to get more products from that brand. Yeah, the first impression wasn't too hot, but also my first impression for some people about my personality isn't too hot. Sometimes it's not about the first impression, it's about the lasting impression. And so far I am enjoying quite a few of those products in a lasting impression. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I'm gonna say for that. And yeah, I'm trying to think of any other products that are new that maybe you guys are like dying to hear me talk about. I don't think there is, but kind of what I was talking about in the middle. I don't know if I'm going to edit out some of the content in that middle part. The noise seems to have calmed down. Is that as much as I love makeup, as much as I love buying makeup, the economy is not what it was. I'm in the last semester of a graduate program, and I feel like at this point, not only am I trying to graduate, trying to make it through the classes, I'm also actively trying to apply to jobs, trying to figure out my next steps. And so the concept of me, being able to really focus as much as I was on the new releases, it's a little bit harder than it was for me. And then on top of the realistic of it, if I pick up the product, I'm already going to be behind because I'm not on any PR list. So I can't get the videos out, as quickly as maybe I would like. But on top of that, at the point that I do get the video out, is it even still going to be in stock? And then further from that, is it going to still be relevant? And it's just this hamster wheel that we all find ourselves on if you are an influencer to an extent, depending on how you kind of structure your channel. And I'm ready to get off, it feels, don't get me wrong. Like I've said time and time again at this point, I love makeup. I love talking about new makeup. I mean, I'm already talking about potentially getting some more products from phytosurgeons. I actively still follow Instagram accounts that still give me alerts. And when I have the chance, I do look at those alerts. I mean, Beauty Deals BFF has already showcased numerous side-by-sides on Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals from variety of price ranges for a variety of different brands. And I will have them either flashing across the screen or I will have the post linked down below for you guys. And so for me, it's just like, I think I got to the point where I was not balanced, in my love of makeup, in something that I always like to say. I always like to say I want balance. And I think I got too close to following that hamster wheel, following the new release, posting, buying, reviewing, posting, buying, reviewing. I'm not getting back to my old loves. I'm not truly, really getting to review these products that I am spending my money on in a quick enough manner that maybe it's even helpful for you guys. And like I said, by the time I receive the products, they may already be old news. What is that? What is that? I don't know. Is it because I'm getting closer to 30? Is it because of, like I said, the graduation window and the reality of like, I gotta get some money. I don't know what it is, but there's something ticking and I kind of want to go with that. I kind of don't want to force myself to stay where I was theoretically at. So yeah, I don't know, but I am truly and very much excited to see where the next steps go. I know quite a few of you guys were really interested in seeing me do more with singles and other various things. And I hope to really reach out and branch out and do some more things in the variety of different ways. And yeah, I mean, like I said, it's always fun to talk about new makeup, but I think it'll be really good for me to incorporate what I already have and just showcase various looks. Like I said, this is a look, I forgot to do my second spray. This is pretty much verbatim what I wore for good 10 plus hours. And like I said, there really was only wear in the mouth area. I didn't put as much powder on, but I also I don't typically put that much powder on unless I know that I need the makeup to last very long. I don't need the makeup to last too long tonight. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys, and I'm happy that honestly, the other takes of me kind of trying to express where I'm at didn't really make it to the channel because I think I was a little bit more fluid in the thought process here, and that's saying something for me. So definitely shout out down below. I know a couple of you guys were talking about the fact that it was just a lot to see on your timelines all about the Sephora sale, and I understand the excitement of the sale, but it was a lot. And I think, like I said, that's why I had to take that step back, even though I really didn't want to, and it truly was not planned. Like I said, I tried to film 2 videos, and though both videos were botched because I made rookie mistakes. So yeah, comment down below your opinions. I would love to hear from you guys. I know I haven't responded to a lot of comments, but like I said, so many different things I'm trying to juggle right now in the last month of my program. And so It's a tinge bit stressful, a tinge bit. But I would love to hear from you guys down below. As always, if you loved this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you are liking the vibes of this content and you've seen some other videos and you like that content well, and you want to, of course, see where my content goes in the future, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And with that said, I think that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.